It's 7-0 Metuchen. Welcome back to the Metuchen High School podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. While we were away, right out of the timeout, Will Haranish rolled out to the right and made an impressive throw to Frederick Krebs, who had gotten away from coverage and made the catch for an easy, long-distance touchdown. As Metuchen leads 7-0, the first points of the season scored here. 7-0 over the Arthur L. Johnson Crusaders with 3:20 to go before the halftime break. A great play, some great blocking by the offensive line, paired with Frederick Krebs getting away for a great catch to make this a 7-0 Metuchen game as Fuse finished it off with the extra point. As the Bulldogs hope to make a big step defensively and take a lead into halftime.
It is pass first, corners 1 second. Elijah's good.
So once again, we apologize for the technical difficulties we've been having today, but we've got some more broadcasts on the way and a new show coming in just a couple weeks, a new edition of the MHS podcast where me, Eddie Pileggi, and Josh Hyman talk about anything and everything in Metuchen High School, between sports, school news, music, and more, as we'll talk about it with the show coming up in the next couple of weeks. So stay posted for that on our YouTube channel, on our Twitter page at MHS Podcast, and on the Metuchen High School website. Just click on MHS Podcasts for more.
Is that not a 15-yard penalty?
Yeah, it should be.
Hey, Brock, it's a 15-yard penalty. Is it not a personal foul? What's he doing? The ball's got to be kicked.
So it looked like there was a personal foul on the play. On the extra point attempt, Daniel Fuse got hit hard, and it was a 15-yard penalty. So now Metuchen instead will be kicking from the Arthur L. Johnson 45-yard line, as that one will get moved up. So Arthur L. Johnson will be most likely rather deep in their territory. Metuchen really trying to pin them back here.
Parenti and Carmino are the return men.
Carmino and Parenti, the two deep, as the kick by Fuse is going to be a touchdown. And they'll be starting at the 25. 20-yard line for Arthur L. Johnson. As Joseph Greenbush, we talked about him at the beginning of the broadcast, how we expected him to be a big factor after he ran for 109 yards, threw for 81, and threw 2 touchdowns last time out against Delaware Valley. Tough 26-14 loss for Arthur L. Johnson. But that's been completely different today. He struggled second play of the game. He lost a fumble. Next play, there was a bad snap, but then he really hasn't thrown that much. He's had a couple of good runs, 2 of them called back on penalties. The story of this game has been just a lot of penalties and a lot of defensive stops.
Lucy motion, jet.
One in motion, it's going to be a fake. Greenbush coming up the middle, and he's going to get the first down to about the 32-yard line as Greenbush shows off the legs once again. He'll get about 11 yards. 12 rather, it'll be to the 32. And it'll be a first down with 3:10 to go. Metuchen has no more timeouts here in the first half. Still 2 remain for Johnson.
First down 10.
4 receivers out, another man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Parenti, running to the right side. Makes the man miss. He's continuing to run, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds right around the first down. As tackle made, a joint tackle by Rojas and Lipinski. As it looks like he was a little short, and there is an injured Metuchen player on the field.
This is Jet. There's an injured Metuchen player. It's inside kick on the field. Quarterback.
Looks like one of the O-linemen here. Defensive lineman, rather. Actually, no, that's Colin Qualls down on the field. We saw him earlier a little shaken up with the neck injury, I guess, because he had taken a hard shot making a tackle, but he is shaken up right now. During the injury timeout, we'll take a break. We'll be back on the Metuchen High School podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sports-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com.
What do you think this is, Kobe?
Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. Welcome back. Colin Qualls came off the field as it's a first down and 10 at the 39 for the Crusaders. It's going to be a handoff to the left side. Galuzzo on the run makes the man miss into Metuchen territory. Another big run out of the backfield as Metuchen's defense really starting to get exposed by all of these jet sweeps by the Crusaders. Crusaders, almost every play it seems like has been a man in motion, and that really characterizes their offense. And then when they don't do that, you got Greenbush moving. Anyway, Colin Qualls is getting his ankle taped up down on the field, down on the sideline. We'll see if he'll be able to come back into the game with only 2:24 to go before halftime. The clock ticking. Still 2 timeouts available for Johnson, so it'll be interesting to see when fifth-year coach Anthony Del Conte decides to use those.
Quarterback Jet.
Iakuchevich comes to the backfield. 4 receivers in on this play. It's going to be fake. Iakuchevich on the run, gets away, gets tripped up, and gets to about the Metuchen 40-yard line. It'll be second down and 6 at the Metuchen 40, but it looks like a timeout's going to be called here by Johnson as under 2 minutes left in the quarter. 1:53 to go before halftime. Colin Qualls is coming back onto the field.
Under 2 minutes now.
So after taking a hit to the neck and then most recently the ankle injury, Qualls playing through a lot right now. As Metuchen leads 7-0. Quick recap, Frederick Krebs made a big catch on a long-distance touchdown pass by the senior Will Horanich to give the Dogs the 7-0 lead as they look to make a defensive stop and keep this 7-0. Bulldogs also get the ball to start the second half. Something important to remember, though, is we've seen a couple fumbles from Arthur L. Johnson's second play of the game. Joseph Greenbush made a mistake and dropped the ball, and Metuchen recovered. Next possession, the first play, Sebastian Iakuchevich came in motion a little too early. The snap count was off, and an airmailed snap by the center ended up being an 18-yard loss. Anyway, out come the Crusaders.
I heard that.
Second down and 7 from the 41-yard line.
Yep. You got empty, you're going to get quarterback on the roll. Big Jet.
In motion, it's going to be a fake. Going back, deep throw towards the end zone. Rojas dives, almost makes the interception in the end zone, but couldn't hang on to it. Nevertheless, it was a little overthrown by Joseph Greenbush, who's made a lot of big throws, had 2 touchdown passes of 30-plus yards last time out against Delaware Valley, but not this time as he overthrows his receivers, and Jaden Rojas almost gets the interception. Anyway, it is third down and 7 at the 41, and both these teams have been willing to go for it on fourth down. Arthur L. Johnson's gone for it once. Metuchen's gone for it twice. We've only seen 1 punt so far. That was by the Crusaders. And neither team's been able to convert a fourth down. Third down and 7. It's going to be a snap right to Greenbush, who's going to run forwards, but he is not going to get to the stripe. Ryan Wilson there for the tackle, and it'll be fourth down and about 3 here at about the 38-yard line. 37-38 yard line with 1:27 to go here.
4 on the play, 4th down and 3.
Looks like they're going to go for it. 0 for 1 on 4th down attempts so far for Greenbush and the Crusaders.
Up the gut.
Metuchen looking for a big stop
Move the
here.
linebackers in. Move the middle linebackers up.
Ayakuchevich comes in motion to the back. 3 receivers as it's going to be a handoff up the middle to Ayakuchevich. He's going to get the first down. Ayakuchevich moves forwards and gets the first down to about the 34-yard line.
I think it's pretty determined, Coach. I don't know if that's a read.
Under a minute, and it is officially a first down. So under a minute now in the first half, and this could get very interesting now as they look to tie the game up. And as we said, remember the Bulldogs get the ball to start the second half, so they'll have a big opportunity to try to break this open.
Going short side.
Now coming in motion, it's Galuzzo. He's going to come from the right, go to the left, makes a couple guys miss. Down near the first down marker, it's going to be a first down to about the 26-yard line, maybe a little further than that. 24 rather. First down and 10 now, 42 seconds on the clock, and still a timeout remains for Johnson.
That wasn't called.
ISO.
4 receivers lined up. Ayakuchevich in the backfield with Greenbush as he's going to hand it off. Gets out to about the 19-18 yard line. And a timeout's going to be called by Johnson. Their final timeout with 34 seconds on the clock here before halftime. For the Crusaders, we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back on the Metuchen High School podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High.
Hey, remember.
The MHS podcast is proudly sponsored by Reflections on Main Salon at 176 Main Street in Metuchen. The salon offers hair design, nail, waxing, and makeup services for all ages. Providing the best customer service in the industry, offering a tranquil environment with environmentally friendly products and top brand names. Call them at 732-205-9881 or visit their website at reflectionsonmainNJ.com. Reflections on Main, Middlesex County's premier full-service beauty salon.
They were in a spot against
Back onto the field.
We don't have trade twins. You're going to get the quarterback and ISO.
7-0, the Bulldogs. Johnson High School from Clark, New Jersey in the Mid-State 38. Home opener for the Dogs here on a nice day at Metuchen High School. Rolling out to the right, throw towards the end zone. It's going to be called. Max Carmino makes the catch for the touchdown, and it's 7-6. Greenbush made a nice roll out to the right side, and Carmino made a nice catch as he was zone. And with 29 seconds on the clock, Johnson's going to be on the board and will look to tie the game. For either side now as we get under 30 seconds as the extra point attempt coming. And a penalty marker on the play. We'll see which side jumped.
It's procedure on the offense.
It's actually going to be their false start on the offense. It's going to move them back a few yards and make this extra point a little bit more difficult, which could actually be a big factor here. Remember, Metuchen's up 7-6 at this moment, so see what they can do here on the extra point.
Well, listen to me. Is the trainer going to look at him or what? An extra point now from 25 yards.
Nick Serpy attempting the extra point. Carmino just caught the touchdown. He holds. The extra point is up. No good. And Metuchen maintains their lead 7-6.
And the kick is no good.
No good right there from Serpy. Just got that one a little off the side of the foot. So Metuchen maintains a 7-6 advantage now. 29 seconds left in the first half.
How do we not know he's not on goddamn field?
So Metuchen leading by 1. We'll be back in a moment. The MHS podcast is also at 63 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Alston, are you in good hands? So kicking off here will be Arthur L. Johnson after the touchdown catch by Nick Carmino. Carmino and Frederick Krebs each have second quarter touchdowns. After this had really been a defensive battle, we've seen big plays from each side. Both offenses getting explosive, led by their quarterbacks, Will Horanich and Joseph Greenbush here in the second half of the second quarter as the second half nears.
Krebs and Irvin are deep for Metuchen.
It'll be Frederick Krebs and Elijah Irvin deep to return for the Dogs.
Number 66 to kick off.
Serpy, fresh off his missed extra point, will be kicking this one off from the 40-yard line.
Jaden's father just jumped onto the field.
As this one's going to be a squib, and it's going to be bypassed and go down to Irvin, who secures it around the 7-yard line. A lot of good blocking, but he's only going to get a little past the 20 to about the 22-yard line, and that's where Metuchen will start with 24 seconds. And it'll be interesting to see if Metuchen just takes the knee and heads into the half with the lead, or if they'll try a couple explosive plays. So, with Will Horanich coming out to the field, be interesting to see if they just take this knee and take the 7-6 lead into the half. But the big play of the game was Frederick Krebs' deep touchdown when he got away. As they all line up right there, and it looks like Horanich will just take the knee. And there he goes, down goes the left knee, as looks like they'll just run down the clock, and that will take us to halftime. The Bulldogs in their home opener, strong defense, some explosive offense, and they've got a 7-6 advantage here as we head into the half. I'm Eddie Kalegi. This is the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. Now let's get a word from all of our sponsors. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness. The MHS podcast is proudly sponsored by Reflections on Main Salon at 176 Main Street in Metuchen. The salon offers hair design, nail, wax, for all ages. They are committed to providing the best customer service in the industry, offering a tranquil environment with environmentally friendly products and top brand names. Call them at 732-205-9881 or visit their website at reflectionsonmain.nj.com. Reflections on Main, Middlesex County's premier full-service beauty salon. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sport-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness. The MHS podcast is proudly sponsored by Reflections on Main Salon at 176 Main Street in Metuchen. The salon offers hair design, nail, waxing, and makeup services for all ages. They are committed to providing the best customer service in the industry, offering a tranquil environment with environmentally friendly products and top brand names. Call them at 732-205-9881 or visit their website at reflectionsonmainNJ.com. Reflections on Main, Middlesex County's premier full-service beauty salon. The MHS podcast is also sponsored by Allstate Insurance at 63 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Allstate, are you in good hands? Welcome back to the Metuchen High School podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. It's halftime in Metuchen. The Bulldogs lead 7-6 in their home opener against the Arthur L. Johnson Crusaders, as the Pride of Metuchen set themselves up for their performance, their first home marching band performance of the season. They also got a competition up at Jefferson later today. But at this point, let's turn it over to Inside the Dog Pound, the show, where I, Eddie Kalegi, talked to Coach Warnock prior to today's game as he talked about Elijah Irvin's impact and what this team had to do to have a factor in winning this game. So let's listen to that one. Inside the Dog Pound with Metuchen football coach, Coach Warnock. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Well, tough loss, first time out to Bernards, but the home opener today. What do you guys have to improve upon to play better today?
I mean, the number one thing is that everybody just continues to play together. Everybody continues to work. You know, we had some little mental mistakes last week that, you know, we looked to clean up, and, you know, we had a decent week of practice. So, you know, hopefully everybody comes ready to play today, and, you know, hopefully we can put on a good game.
Now, this is, as I said, the home opener. What is the atmosphere like playing at home for the first time?
I mean, it's always exciting for the kids, you know, to be back on your own home field. You know, it's friendly territory for us, you know, in the stands and everything. You know, you got the pep rally going on beforehand in school and all the excitement going on around it. So, you know, it's a good experience for the kids. You know, you don't have to travel on the bus and everything. So, you know, just come out, get on your field that you're used to, you know, and get after it. So, you know, hopefully, like I said, we put on a good show for the local fans.
So this is your second season as head coach of the Dogs. First year, what was the best moment?
I mean, it had to be the first win. You know, I mean, the first win's always the toughest to get, and it was a hard-fought game. It was an exciting game. You know, it was the first time that everybody really felt the confidence and everything going on. Everything started to click, and, you know, just seeing that, you know, and then watching it build as the year went on, you know, it was definitely a highlight for me.
One last thing, heading into today, who was one player, maybe an underrated player, who you could see stand out in today's game?
I mean, Elijah Irvin has been, you know, a big improvement this year. You know, he's definitely been coming along, and, you know, he was a lineman last year, so for him, you know, now being in a skilled position, you know, starting on both sides of the ball, you know, we look to see a lot of exciting things for him this year, and, you know, we saw a couple flashes last week, and, you know, hopefully we continue to see more from him as it goes on.
All right, Coach Warnock, thanks for joining us on Inside the Dog Pound.
Thank you very much.
Are the drum majors ready?
Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sports-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness. Welcome back to the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. I'm Eddie Kalegi. Halftime in Metuchen. It's 7-6, the Bulldogs lead. One of the big traditions at halftime here at Metuchen. Take a listen to the Pride of Metuchen marching band as they make their first home performance of the season.
Actually, the problem that the business is encountering, I was talking to your dad before, it's not so much that it's getting smaller as it's fragmented. When I got into it, it really wasn't that terribly long ago, but long enough. You had like 30 channels on cable, and now you have 500. So when I was 25, 26, I was working at a station in Oklahoma City, and we did a 40 share at 10 o'clock. We made 40% of the people that were watching TV were watching our news. Nowadays, if you can repeat, because there's so many other options. All the other channels, there's Netflix, So in some ways, there are more jobs than you've ever had to do before, but they don't pay because you're not reaching a mass audience.
So, well, are you here? You're not here next week?
Next week I'm on vacation.
Okay, Eddie, you're hired. You get to announce and do that.
Oh, wow.
There you go. A lot of responsibility, kid. Can you handle it?
Possibly.
Possibly. What's the positive? What should you say? Absolutely. There you go. So you may need to give him some tips before you leave, Mr. King. We got everything together.
So people who can make it are people who really have the ability to drive it along. It's not easy to necessarily do.
Yeah. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sports-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking the class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness.
And they used to measure us on clicks, how many clicks did we deliver?
The MHS podcast is proudly sponsored by Reflections on Main Salon at 176 Main Street in Metuchen. The salon offers hair design, nail, waxing, and makeup services for all ages. They are committed to providing the best customer service in the industry, offering a tranquil environment with environmentally friendly products and top brand names. Call them at 732-205-9881 or visit their website at reflectionsonmain.nj.com. Reflections on Main, Middlesex County's premier full-service beauty salon.
Social media is definitely.
The MHS podcast is also sponsored by Allstate Insurance at 63 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Allstate, are you in good hands?
That's where you put stories on first.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Metuchen High School podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School. I'm Eddie Kalegi. It's gotten a little more cloudy, but it's still a nice day here in Metuchen. Home opener. It's been a nice performance so far from the Bulldogs, 7-6 to score. Frederick Krebs hauled in a touchdown on a great pass from Will Horanich, but right back the other way came Arthur L. Johnson, and Nick Carmino caught a pass from Joseph Greenbush. A couple of turnovers in this game, a couple of fourth down issues, and a lot of penalties in this game as well. But Metuchen, thanks to a missed extra point from Nick Serpy, leads 7-6 as we head into the second half. We'll be back after this for the start of the second half on the Metuchen High School podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sports-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I can do it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness. It's been an exciting game for two teams hungry for their first win of the season. Metuchen at 0-1 and the Mid-State 38's Arthur L. Johnson Crusaders entering at 0-2. So far, 7-6 the Bulldogs lead. Each team has thrown a touchdown but a missed extra point from Nick Serpy late in the second quarter. For Arthur L. Johnson gives the Bulldogs the advantage. Metuchen definitely playing much better on all sides of the ball since last week's 40-0 defeat to Bernard. Definitely a strong performance. Jaden Rojas has been strong, as has Elijah Irvin. Of course, Frederick Krebs has reeled a couple passes in. And how about Colin Qualls, who's been injured a couple times in this game today, but still playing and making some great tackles on the defensive end, and has also reeled in a pair of catches. On the Arthur L. Johnson side, you got to talk about Joseph Greenbush. Great quarterback. Last time out against Delaware Valley, a division rival. 109 rush yards from the quarterback, and he also threw 2 touchdowns. Hasn't thrown much in this game aside from the touchdown to Carmino, but boy, has he been running the football, and they've been running a lot of jet sweeps, specifically to Vito Galuzzo and Evan Parenti. Both of them have gotten a lot of touches, as has Sebastian Iakuchevich. All 3 of them have gotten a lot of touches, and then to top it all off, Joseph Greenbush has had a few carries. We get ready to start this second half. Coach Mike Warnock, only 2 wins so far in his tenure with Metuchen, but definitely a feasible shot at a third today, as the energy's still electric here in Metuchen. The bleachers basically jam-packed. A lot of fans here today for this game. The home opener, the first of a few home games here in Metuchen this season. As the Dogs get ready to get going here in the second half, leading 7-6 after that great catch by Frederick Krebs. And a reminder, in coming either next week or the week after, it's another edition of the Metuchen High School Podcast, the show where we talk about anything and everything in the Metuchen High, whether it's MHS Sports, MHS News, the MHS Music Department, or clubs at Metuchen High School that deserve much more love. Eddie Kalegi, Josh Hyman, we talk about it all. Check out the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High. Teams begin their final warm-ups and get ready for the second half. We'll step aside and be back for the start of the second half right here on WUB Network. Pardon me, Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. The MHS Podcast is proudly sponsored by Reflections on Main Salon at 176 Main Street in Metuchen. The salon offers hair design, nail, waxing, and makeup services for all ages. They are committed to providing the best customer service in the industry, offering a tranquil environment with environmentally friendly products and top brand names. Call them at 732-205-9881 or visit their website at reflectionsonmainNJ.com. Reflections on Main, Middlesex County's premier full-service beauty salon.
What's wrong with
The MHS Podcast is also sponsored by Allstate Insurance at 63 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Allstate, are you in good hands? Players ready to take the field as we're about ready to start here in the second half. I'm Eddie Kalegi, live here on the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. This is our first sports broadcast of the season. We're proud to bring you 12 sports broadcasts last season. We hope to bring you even more this year. We did 2 football games last season, the homecoming game and the Thanksgiving game. But this is our first game of the season for the Metuchen football team that we are doing their first home game of the season, and they are surely showing out for the home crowd. It's a little cloudier right now and a little bit more of a fall breeze, but still a very, very nice day for football as the Bulldogs take the field. Metuchen will be receiving this kickoff, which is why it was imperative for Serpy to make that extra point to tie this game, but he didn't, and the Bulldogs have the lead as Frederick Krebs and Elijah Irvin are deep for Serpy's kick here as we get ready to get going in the second half, as Metuchen looks to grab the victory here against Arthur L. Johnson. Both teams an 0-4 in the win column this season. One of these teams will walk away with their first win of the year. As getting ready for the kickoff is Serpy. They're all set, and we're just about ready to go here to start this second half. Serpy steps back. Everyone's lined up. Here he comes. There goes the kick. A little bit of a squib. It's going to roll out of bounds. That's a flag. As that's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be reset for Metuchen. As the Bulldogs will have decent field position thanks to that, as senior Will Horanich comes out. Horanich has had a couple runs, had a couple of nice fakes, but more specifically that great touchdown pass to Frederick Krebs, which really energized the Metuchen crowd to give the Dogs that 7-0 lead. And they'll start at the 35-yard line thanks to the kick out of bounds, as out come Horanich and the Dogs getting ready to get started here in the second half.
Left blue. All right, left blue. 45 power.
Metuchen gets ready for their first set here of the second half. They break the huddle. Here we go. Two receivers out wide. Irvin is in the backfield. Horanich is going to hand it off to Irvin. Irvin going up the middle. He's going to be stopped around the 35, 36-yard line. See if he broke the plane and gained anything. And he'll gain about a yard there, so it's going to be second down and about second and 8 rather from the 37-yard line.
Will Horanich is the quarterback for Metuchen. Elijah Irvin and Jim Rollins from the running backs.
There's two receivers out wide. Rojas and Irvin back in the backfield with Horanich. It's Krebs and Lipinski, the two receivers. Fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out to the right side. Horanich getting chased. Throws one. Tipped. Almost got it to Colin Qualls as Kyle Satchowitz knocks that one out of thin air. Really getting chased. A pocket breakdown. Horanich almost got a completion there to Qualls, but he just couldn't hang on as Satchowitz ended up playing some great defense there.
The wide receiver, Colin Qualls, the tight end.
As Ethan Wilkins, the sophomore, in right now is the other running back in the backfield with Irvin, as it'll be third down and 8 from the 37-yard line.
Third down and 8.
Qualls and Krebs out right. It's Lipinski out to the left.
Play like this, you should have Elijah still.
Pistol formation for the Bulldogs. And rolling out to the right is Horanich off the snap. He's going to run himself, and he's going to get brought down hard. But a flag, that might have been a face mask or a horse collar. That was a pretty malicious grab by one of the defensive linemen.
Stop being lazy. You think you're waiting too long to get out of your stance. Roll up and no, I know. I'm saying.
As it's going to be a flag on Arthur L. Johnson. We'll see what the official call is.
Hey, you run away.
I believe it was on Sebastian Iakuchevich. It's going to be a Metuchen first down. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, a personal foul on Iakuchevich. And now the Bulldogs will have the ball in Arthur L. Johnson territory at the 48-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 at the Crusader 48 with 10:58 and counting here in the third quarter. Wilkins to the left of Horanich. Irvin in the back. Krebs and Lipinski, the two receivers out right. As it's going to be a handoff to Irvin, makes a man miss, but not going to get much. Asano, the first of many there to bring down Irvin, and it doesn't look like a gain of anything here, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play, second down and 10.
So, second down and 10, ball at the 48-yard line.
Wind's right. 40 pitch seam.
40 hit single.
Pitch seam.
Once again, for the second straight play, Metuchen puts both their receivers out to the right side and have two in the backfield with Horanich, as he's going to drop back, looking to pass, get some good blocks. Horanich has room to run. He's going to throw one over the middle, a dive, and no catch though by Lipinski. It hit the ground. Lipinski thought he had it. That was a great play though by Horanich to get away from the really hustling defenders. Just couldn't get it though to Lipinski. He made a dive, but just couldn't make the catch. It hit the ground first. And even with the breakdown there from the offensive line, Horanich was able to get a very solid throw off, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 48.
Get Tyler in. Why is it? They got 4th down on the sticks.
The 3rd or 4th?
Senior Tyler James is coming in.
Who fixed it?
3rd down and 10. 3 receivers, James out to the left, Irvin out to the right with Krebs. Wilkins in the backfield. Irvin's going to come across in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Irvin, who's going to sweep to the left, and he's going to push forward, but only about a yard. And it'll be 4th down.
Tackle by Golfers, number 12.
Hey, you can't run the
4th down.
It'll be 4th down and 10 at the 48-yard line. Metuchen's gone for it twice on 4th down and haven't been able to convert either try. We'll see what they'll be doing here, but Horanich is still on the field. Let's see what's happening. Nope, it looks like they'll be punting this one off.
exceptional.
Out deep is Carmino, who has the Arthur L. Johnson touchdown as Horanich kicks this one, and Carmino's going to grab it around the 15 and get tied up quickly and brought down by Krebs hard, deep. And now there's a flag very late on the call.
On next, Carmino.
Let's see if it had anything to do with that, the big contact between Krebs and Carmino. We'll see what the official call is here.
You better find out who that is.
And it's going to be a personal foul on the Bulldogs. It might have been on Krebs there at the end when he made that hard tackle, but we'll see.
Penalty marker is on the play.
Ethan, where's Ethan going? He's got to stay on. It's on defense, no? It was on him, you sure?
Anyway, it's going to be a penalty on the Bulldogs,
And it is
and
on the kicking team, Metuchen.
Arthur L. Johnson will reset
15-yard penalty, which gives Johnson a much better field
as
position.
Coach Warnock asking for an explanation here. Anyway, it'll be first down with the ball at the 28-yard line after the tackle had been made at the 13 following the penalty.
He left.
Joseph Greenbush hoping for a better performance right here than he had in the first half, as Greenbush is going to hand it off up the middle. Ayakuchevich once again making a name for himself as he goes up the middle to the 34, gain of about 5 to 6 yards.
Irvin, number 28.
If Mongo's getting double teamed,
Yes, 7. Second down and 3.
So it'll be second down and 3 at the 35-yard line.
Jet.
8:27 to go here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, here he comes.
Coming across is Parenti. He's going to take it on the right side. Gets away, first down and more, running down the sideline. Makes a man miss, makes another man miss. What a run by Parenti into Metuchen territory, all the way to the Metuchen 46. He got to the sideline and made 3 Bulldogs miss right there. They'll actually give him the spot all the way to the 46. Gain of it looks like that was actually 20 yards, I believe.
Don't read.
Anyway, into Metuchen territory as the Crusaders hope to take the lead here. They throw Ayakuchevich in the backfield. No jet sweep this time. It's going to be a straight quarterback draw by Greenbush, but it's not going to get much here as Metuchen had that one read.
56.
Now we got to play 4 down.
Josh Mateos for Metuchen.
Josh Mateos, who's had a couple big stops. He made both tackles on the 4th down attempts. There he holds off Greenbush from bursting away for another big run for the Crusaders.
Up the gut.
the middle. Watch the middle.
Got 4 receivers, all alone out there is Greenbush, but here comes Ayakuchevich right to the backfield. As it's going to be a fake, maybe an option. Greenbush going up the middle. He's going to get down inside the 30-yard line.
Number 4, Greenbush on the carry.
Looked like an option play right there, and running there up the middle was Greenbush as he's to the 30-yard line. A first down for Arthur L. Johnson.
Oh my goodness, $166. All right, good.
So first down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Arthur L. Johnson trailing the Bulldogs 7-6 here. As Metuchen looking for their first win of the season. Same for the Crusaders. A little bit of a high snap. Greenbush has a little bit of issue with it, but he recovers going up the middle. Gets hit hard by Mateos. Elijah Urban makes the tackle, and another late flag. A very late penalty right there. We'll see who it's on. Both teams have been hit with the penalty bug a lot in this game.
Personal foul on the offense.
A personal foul on Arthur L. Johnson, so this will push them back.
You didn't realize what you just told us,
So, an opportunity there.
Winning 50-50.
Arthur L. Johnson will be pushed back yet again.
So if you have your 50-50 tickets, get them ready. Next break of the action. I will call the winning number.
So it'll be the ball at the 38-yard line.
Ball
It'll
now
now
at the
be
38-yard line, first down and 18.
first and 18 now for Arthur L. Johnson. Once again, they've had so many opportunities where they've closed into Metuchen territory, but have only hurt themselves by these penalties. Ayakuchevich comes across the line in motion, now coming across from the right side, and fake handoff, now rolling out to the right. A throw wide open, Ayakuchevich, but Greenbush overthrows him.
Second down and 18.
A rare overthrow from Greenbush, who's been underthrowing a lot of his receivers today. This time gives a little too much mustard on the throw towards Ayakuchevich, and it will be second and long here for the Crusaders, as we've got 6:13 to go in the quarter.
Second down.
Johnson's got 4 receivers set up. Coming across from the right, it's going to be a jet sweep, but a penalty.
Blown dead. Penalty marker on the play, legal procedure on the offense.
Vito Galuzzo
That'll be a 5-yard
as the
penalty.
penalty's called.
I know. I ain't good, but
Second down and 23.
Will should be dropping the cover. It's 30 to freaking 20.
Watch it again.
So another penalty on Arthur L. Johnson. It's now second and 23.
You think quarterback power here?
Let's see what they do right here. Ayakuchevich in the backfield with Greenbush. He's gonna fake the handoff. Greenbush drops back, throws a deep ball towards the end zone. Caught by Carmino. Touchdown, Arthur L. Johnson. Nick Carmino with his second touchdown catch of the game, and the Crusaders take a 12-7 lead.
43 yards on that touchdown.
A
pass.
43-yard touchdown. We mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast how Greenbush threw a pair of touchdowns, 30-plus yards. Both of them were really hard thrown. Yet another example of that. A touchdown throw. Carmino makes his second touchdown catch of the game.
Somebody better get over there with 21.
And now the Crusaders lead 12-7, and Metuchen's going to need a big offensive performance.
There it is.
As it's going to be a fake, a 2-point conversion on a little toss to Ayakuchevich. They were lined up for the extra point and a fake to Ayakuchevich. And that'll make up for the missed extra point from Serpi in the first half. And now it's a 14-7 Crusaders lead. Metuchen's going to need something here on offense. 5:44 left in the third quarter. It's 14-7 Johnson. We'll be back here on the MHS podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School.
Here at House
nervous in the boarding class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sport-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com.
East, Metuchen Sports Center, Wade Appraisals LLC.
Third quarter, 14-7 now. The Arthur L. Johnson Crusaders from Clark, New Jersey, and Mid-State 38 lead Metuchen. After the Bulldogs couldn't get anything going offensively, a big throw to Nick Carmino, making his second touchdown catch of the game. The junior has had a big factor on this one, as it's now 14-7 to score.
That's exactly what we went over in the pregame.
Kicking off will be Serpy. It's Irvin and Krebs deep, lined up around the 10-yard line, as Serpy boots this one down the field. Nice kick. As taken by Irvin around the 10-yard line, tries to make a man miss, gets through a couple, but short of the 20-yard line. And that's where Metuchen will start here, trailing by 7.
The Bulldogs will take over first down and 10. Blue.
So first down and 10 right at the 20-yard line. As it's 14-7, Johnson with the advantage.
Do you see the quarterback as a comment, or is that a play?
Both of these teams known a lot for their running games, but a lot of long throws by both sides today. Couple receivers in this time. Once again, it's Irvin and Wilkins in the backfield with Haranich. Two receivers there, Lipinski and Krebs. Haranich takes the snap, drops back, rolls left, throws. It's a catch by Irvin. Makes a man miss. He holds on to him, though, and he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage.
But he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And there is an injured.
And there is an injured Metuchen Bulldog. It's Lipinski, I believe. He got tied up there, but there's actually two injured Bulldogs right now. Irvin is down on the left side, Lipinski injured on the right side.
And Elijah Irvin are both injured on the play.
Irvin took a big shot. I did not see what happened to Lipinski on the near side. He's down around the 45-yard line. Irvin had some hard contact after he made the first guy miss. I believe that was Parenti who really grabbed onto his ankle, so it'll be interesting to see. This is the second time Irvin's been down. Lipinski getting helped off the field right now, as it's actually the Johnson training staff now that's working with Irvin, but now the Metuchen training staff heads out there as well. During the injury timeout, we'll take a break. We'll be back once again. This is MHS Football here on the MHS Podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School.
It's already been claimed, it's already
Do
been
you
won.
want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness. So Elijah Irvin is up and walking on his own, which is a good sign after hard contact there at the 20-yard line. It was Haranich really got rushed out of the pocket, and he threw to Irvin, who made one man miss, but Parenti was able to hang on to the leg. I don't know where Irvin got injured, not 100% sure, but we'll see how they check on him. As Metuchen will have to go to another backup running back. Jaden Rojas has not played at all in the second half, and now Irvin heads to the sideline. So it looks like Ethan Wilkins will be the main back at the moment. 4 receivers are now in. Tyler James in for only the second time today. Wilkins is in the backfield. It looks like it was a rib injury for Irvin. 5:19 to go here. Second down and 10. Haranich drops back. It's going to roll to the right side. He's got blockers, but he's going to get hit hard. A big sack. A lot of players come in. Serpy, one of the first to get there.
Haranich brought down.
And
Near the line of
it'll be right around the line of scrimmage. Looks like he might have actually gained a couple yards as they give him the friendly spot, so it won't be a sack.
About 2, brings a third down and 8.
So it'll be second down and 8.
Defensive players in on that tackle, led by number 74, Biancassano. Third down and 8.
Lipinski is stretching out and standing back up, so he might be coming back in soon as Irvin continues to get checked on. Anyway, now a big third down coming up for the Bulldogs with 4.5 to go here in the quarter. 4 receivers out. Haranich drops back, looks to the right side, finds Qualls. Who does he hang on? And Nick Carmino thinks he has an interception, but I don't think so. Colin Qualls had the original reception, and then Carmino kind of ripped it out of his hands, but the ball was already dead, so looks like it's going to be fourth down for Metuchen.
Of the first down.
So a completion to Qualls, his third catch of the game, but it'll be fourth down and about 3 here.
And about 5 on that play.
From the 27. And Metuchen's going to have to punt.
Haranich drops back as a punt. Penalty marker on the play.
And there's a penalty.
Hey, Jordan.
And now a bad snap, but the play was already dead. We'll have to wait for the official ruling here as we're under 4 minutes still to elapse here in the third quarter.
They called on the field corner.
It was a sideline warning, apparently, against Metuchen.
So that was a sideline warning against the Bulldogs.
So fourth down.
And it'll be fourth down.
So it's
Ball still at the 27, so no yardage penalty there. Low snap, Haranich secures it though and sends a deep kick as this one takes a bad bounce for Metuchen, and it'll be downed around the 41-yard line, and the Crusaders will have good field position here with 3:37 to go in the third quarter.
And that's where the Crusaders will take over first down.
As Joseph Greenbush had the big offensive outburst last time, and it's been back-to-back scoring drives to Nick Carmino for Arthur L. Johnson. We'll see if Johnson High School can score for the third straight possession as they lead 14-7 over the Metuchen Bulldogs. Home opener for Metuchen today, an energized crowd, and they hope to see a Metuchen win. Only trailing by 7 though right now, so they got a definite shot here, but definitely a stop on this possession might be essential here as we wind down the final couple minutes of the third quarter. First and 10, ball at the 39-yard line. 4 receivers set. It's going to be a handoff to Ayakuchevich, who makes men miss. Running up the middle, makes a couple more miss, dragging them all the way down to the Metuchen 36. Once again, Sebastian Ayakuchevich starring in both the running and receiving game today. And now all the way into Metuchen territory for Arthur L. Johnson, who will have yet another first down. And these last 3 possessions now for Johnson have looked very different than the first few. Ball at the 36-yard line. First down and 10. Ayakuchevich comes in motion as Ayakuchevich moves to the left side. Gets tied up, but still able to drag them for about 8 yards to about the 28-yard line. As under 3 minutes now in the third quarter.
Picks up about 8 on the play, second down and 2.
So second and 2, ball at the Metuchen 28 for Johnson, leading 14-7. Bulldogs scored the first touchdown of the game. The last 2 have been Nick Carmino catches, though, for the Crusaders. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, as it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Not much going, though, for John Piccolo. His first touch since the first half. He'll only get a couple yards, and there's another injured Bulldog on the field. Looks like Josh Mateos, who has had a big defensive game, including 2 big fourth down stops, and he's shaken up. A lot of tough injuries today for the Bulldogs, and they're already playing shorthanded on the defensive end, with obviously the captain Phil Marlucci not playing and Jacob Bazer out as well. But Mateos is right back up, fired up, and it looks like he might be staying in the game. He got right back up, and he's jogging back to the sideline. Good to see Mateos, who has been very strong on the defensive end today. First down and 10 at the 25-yard line for Johnson. 2 minutes, 23 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Nose. Make sure you know playing nose.
First down and 10.
First down and 10 at the 25. Greenbush takes it himself to the right side, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds into the first down marker. Let's see if he got enough. Definitely close to the first down, but a flag on the field. We'll see what the call is. So many times this team in Johnson have been bitten by holding penalties when they've been driving. Debate about what the call was. See what it is. It's going to be defensive holding on Metuchen. So that'll move Johnson even closer to the end zone here with 2:09 to go in the third quarter.
You know what happened. You know, listen to the leader. Over line there. What did he say?
So now the ball's going to be down inside around the 10-yard line, it looks like. Let's see where the official spot is.
First down and goal now.
Make it first and goal. Ball around the 8 or 9-yard line.
Inside the 10-yard line.
Coming in motion is Ayakuchevich. He's going to come to the backfield, as it's going to be a handoff to Ayakuchevich up the middle. Is he going to get enough? Short to the end zone, but he's going to be close, though. Gain of about 5-6 yards, and we'll see where the spot is, as under 2 minutes now here in the third quarter.
Second down and goal from the 2.
Second down and goal at the 2-yard line. Metuchen would love to have a goal line stand here. Coming back to the backfield once again is Ayakuchevich. 4 receivers lined up here. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Ayakuchevich splits through. Touchdown, Crusaders. Great blocking there from the right tackle and the right guard, and Ayakuchevich gets through for the touchdown. It's now 20-7, Johnson leading with 1:22 to go in the third quarter. Ayakuchevich, very important here on this drive, made a lot of plays, and you got to thank the offensive line as well. They had a lot of great blocking on that possession, and after Metuchen led 7-0, it's now 20 straight points for Johnson, as Serpy looks to attempt the extra point. 0 for 1 so far in extra points in this game, and it looked like Metuchen jumped. Let's see what the call is, and looks like that might be what it is. As we've said, a lot of penalties, a lot of penalties on both sides today.
Encroachment on the defense.
So it's going to be offsides there on the defense. There's at least 6 or 7 penalties for Metuchen, and Johnson has about 6 as well. So just a lot of penalties in this game, as Serpy once again will reset. He missed that first extra point that left it at 7-6 headed to the half. This one, though, is right down the middle, and it's 21-7. Johnson now leads. 1:22 to go in the third quarter. It's 21-7 the score. We'll be back. This is MHS Football here on the online radio voice of Metuchen High School. The MHS podcast is proudly sponsored by Reflections on Main Salon at 176 Main Street in Metuchen. The salon offers hair design, nail, waxing, and makeup services for all ages. They are committed to providing the best customer service in the industry, offering a tranquil environment with environmentally friendly products and top brand names. Call them at 732-205-9881 or visit their website at reflectionsonmainNJ.com. Reflections on Main, Middlesex County's premier full-service beauty salon.
Where's that? Back deep?
The MHS podcast is also sponsored by Allstate Insurance at 63 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Allstate, are you in good hands? Johnson will be kicking off here, 21-7. Crusaders lead the Bulldogs. 1:22 to go here in the third quarter. It's Krebs and Wilkins to return. Serpy kicks this one. Krebs takes it at the 10-yard line. Running forwards, tries to make a man miss. Actually gets away from the first tackle and brings it out to the 24-yard line. So Metuchen will reset, down by 14 with 1:16 to go. So the Bulldogs hoping to get back into this one. And they'll have to do this without a couple of their main men on the field. Jaden Rojas hasn't been in, and we'll have to see if Elijah Irvin is back on the field after taking that shot to the ribs on the last possession. Will Haranich has had a solid game. He's made a lot of the right calls. He's been able to roll out of the pocket and be able to get off a few nice throws in situations where it seemed nearly impossible to get the throws off. Wilkins in the backfield. Elijah Irvin not in the game. 3 receivers. Tyler James is one of them all the way out to the right. Back in the pocket goes Haranich. Throw is tipped and almost intercepted by Kyle Satchowitz. Satchowitz almost had that one. Seemed to be celebrating the interception before he had it, but just couldn't hang on to the ball. And another penalty. No. Let's see what the call is. And yes, it looks like there was a penalty and they're moving Metuchen back.
An ineligible receiver downfield. 5-yard penalty.
Sounds like an ineligible receiver on Metuchen that was going downfield. Now, the only thing I could attribute that to is that Daniel Fuse was in for the first time today and he was going downfield, so that could be a possibility. Anyway, he is in all the way on the left side as Haranich is going to hand it off up the middle to Wilkins, who isn't going to get much.
Wilkins on the carry.
Maybe a yard or two.
Second down and 15.
So it'll be second down and 15 at the 19, so no gain there as we're into the final minute of this third quarter with Metuchen trailing Johnson 21-7. Bulldogs might have to hope for a big fourth quarter comeback at home to notch the victory in their home opener. Frederick Krebs hasn't played the last couple plays, but he's heading back ready. He's got the mouth guard in and the helmet coming down, so it looks like he might be checking back in soon. Wilkins in the backfield, 4 receivers. Haranich looks to the left, now throws over the middle. That's the tight end Qualls who falls forward for a gain of about 4. That will go out to about the 24-yard line. Final 10 seconds here of the quarter, and that'll probably be it for quarter number 3.
23-yard line.
So a big third quarter for Johnson as they score 15 points. Metuchen's going to need a comeback in this fourth quarter. After 3 quarters, it's Arthur L. Johnson High School 21 and your Metuchen Bulldogs 7. This is the Bulldogs Radio Network. We'll be back after this. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sports-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking the class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness. Fourth quarter about to get underway. I'm Eddie Kalegi. This is Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School Bulldogs. Home opener for football today. Fourth quarter getting underway. It's 21-7 Johnson. The Bulldogs had a 7-0 lead in the second quarter. But since then, it's been all Johnson as Joseph Greenbush, their star sophomore quarterback, has been a big factor. Metuchen's got a 3rd and long here. A pretty big play here. 3rd and 11 at their own 24. Dropping back is Taranich. He's going to roll right out to the right side. He's going to be chased deep, and that one's going to go well out of bounds. Intended receiver was Qualls, and it'll be 4th down. So it'll be 4th down here for Metuchen.
4th down for Metuchen.
Looks like a couple of the special teams guys coming in, and Taranich looks like he'll be punting. Nick Carmino, who's been a big factor for this team today. You can key the Johnson success today to 3 players. Greenbush has gotten it together in the second half at QB, but then Sebastian Iakuchevich running the ball, and then Nick Carmino, who's brought in a pair of touchdowns today. And Coach Warnock's going to call a timeout here for the Bulldogs. They're first of the half with 11:53 to go in the quarter. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back here on the Bulldog Radio Network. The MHS podcast is proudly sponsored by Reflections on Main Salon at 176 Main Street in Metuchen. The salon offers hair design, nail, waxing, and makeup services for all ages. They are committed to providing the best customer service in the industry, offering a tranquil environment with environmentally friendly products and top brand names. Call them at 732-205-9881 or visit their website at reflectionsonmainNJ.com. Reflections on Main, Middlesex County's premier full-service beauty salon. Welcome back here, 11:53 to go. Metuchen lining up to punt here, down 21-7. The fourth quarter about just a couple seconds in. Nick Carmino is deep to return, and what a big day it's been for him. Carmino lined up around the 40, a bit of a high snap. Taranich handles it. Up and over punt, and this should get a friendly Metuchen roll. Krebs will just let this roll all the way down to about the 26-yard line, and that's where things will start here for Johnson.
26-yard line, first down for Johnson High School.
So now this time, it is absolutely imperative for Metuchen to get a stop here with now in the fourth quarter, trailing by 2 possessions. They need a quick stop, or maybe even to force a turnover. They haven't forced a turnover since the second play of the game, when a bad snap by Joseph Greenbush. Joseph Greenbush couldn't handle the snap, rather, and it was taken in by the Dogs. Johnson comes out. Their last 3 drives have all been scoring drives. The one to end the second quarter, and their 2 possessions in the third. 4 receivers out there. Coming in motion, here comes one of them. It's Galuzzo off to the left side. He's got room, and he's going to get out near the first down marker. It looks like he got it, pushed out to about the 38-yard line, gain of about 12 on the run.
Galuzzo with a gain of about 11 or 12 on that play. First down, Crusaders.
So first down and 10, 38-yard line with 11:32 to go. As we said, both these teams are looking for their first wins of the year. Metuchen at 0-1. Arthur L. Johnson at 0-2. As it's going to be a handoff to Iakuchevich up the middle. He's going to hit about 5 yards and falls forward to about the 43. Second down and 5, 43-yard line. Joseph Kalfers is in for one of the first times today as a receiver out wide. As quick screen goes right to Galuzzo. He's going to run to the right, and he is heading away. He one man to beat. He gets away, and he's gone. Touchdown. Arthur L. Johnson. A screen pass to Vito Galuzzo is a touchdown for Johnson, and they have broken this one open. It's now 27-7. Crusaders lead. A screen, some blockers, and the one man he had to beat, he did beat. And now Johnson has scored 27 unanswered, and they lead by 20. A 57-yard run right there on the screen, a 57-yard pass, rather, from Greenbush to Galuzzo. And the extra point on coming up. Serpy 1 for 2 on these extra point kicks today. After Metuchen had the 7-0 lead early and 7-6 lead at the break, it's been all Johnson since. And it looks like a timeout's been called by Johnson. So they're going to talk some things over.
Timeout, Johnson.
We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back here on the MHS podcast, the Bulldogs Radio Network. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sports-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Welcome back, 27-7 after Vito Galuzzo got loose on the right side for a 57-yard touchdown. And for the second straight week, Joseph Greenbush doesn't throw the ball that much, but he has 2 touchdown passes of 30-plus yards. He had 2 against Delaware Valley, and he's done that once again today as Nick Serpy lines up for the extra point kick with 10:43 to go here in the fourth quarter. Play is live. Here we go. As they line up, Carmino the hold. The kick from Serpy is through, and it's no good. No good, actually. And it's 27-7, Johnson on top. Serpy just 1 for 3, kicking field goals so far today. Extra points, rather. So it's now 27-7, the Crusaders on top of the Bulldogs with 10:43 to go. And it's interesting if you're Coach Warnock right now, can you try to do something here? It's only a 3-possession game. Can you get a very quick thing going? But I think they might have to turn a little more to the passing game. Will Haranish has been trustworthy throwing the ball. They haven't had him throw much, but when he has, he's been able to find guys like Colin Qualls for catches. He was able to find Frederick Krebs, obviously, for the touchdown today. The 43-yard throw for the touchdown early on. And Serpy will line up to kick this one off to Metuchen with 10:43 to go in the home opener.
Fred Krebs and Ethan Wilkins are back for Metuchen.
It's Krebs and Wilkins back. One of the hardest parts for Metuchen today. Jaden Rojas left the game early. Elijah Irvin injured in the third quarter, so a depleted backfield for Metuchen. As Surfy lines up the kick. Surfy lines up a deep kick, and it's going to be out of bounds, a flag, and Metuchen will have it at the 35, which should surely help their cause. So it's 27-7 the score. As we mentioned, that depleted backfield. As we talked about on our show when Josh Hyman and I did the fall sports preview, we talked about how this football team already dealing with the depleted receiving core with Sean McCadden, Daniel Russell graduating, Amari Whitehead moving, and how it really changed up this team. And they had to focus on guys like Jaden Rojas and Will Horanich to help lead this team, but they've actually switched some things up, and they've got some of the bench players in right now. Jake Lipinski in at quarterback as Will Horanich on the sideline. As Lipinski's first play, he's going to roll out and going to try to get away, but he's not going to get much here on the run. So Lipinski played a couple games at quarterback last season, especially after Will Horanich's injury.
For a loss of 1.
After Horanich's late season injury, it was he and now graduated Chris Ahumada who split up the time at the QB. As Lipinski playing at quarterback for the first time today, and that scamper is going to lose a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 11 now at the 34-yard line. .9:42 and counting now in the fourth quarter. Krebs and Tyler James, the two receivers. Wilkins in the backfield. Lipinski's going to hand it off right to Wilkins, who might get a little. We'll see where the spot is. Might have just gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd down as well.
And they're actually going to count that as a loss. I thought he made it back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll be 3rd down and 12 now at the 33-yard line, with now just 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go here from Metuchen High School. So the story of the second half, Metuchen's been outscored 21-0 by Johnson in the second half after leading 7-6 at the break. Two receivers in. Lipinski's going to drop back in the pocket. Throws to the left side. That's going to be short, though. Intended receiver was Krebs. And it's going to be 4th down.
4th down.
So now 4th down and 12. And looks like Metuchen's going to be kicking. As Carmino will be deep to return. And what a turn this game has taken. After this game, the energy when Metuchen went up 7-0 and that big touchdown by Frederick Krebs, and when the missed extra point from Serpy when they were able to take the lead to the break. But this game has really changed since then. And now they got the backup quarterback in Lipinski in. And they're even giving Horanich a rest in the punting as, let's see, somebody else punting for Metuchen. That is Dan Fuse, the kicker. He's going to be punting this time. High snap. Fuse handles it. Gets this one up. It's a high, short punt, which is going to take a bounce around the 45. Actually takes a very nice Metuchen bounce on this AstroTurf, and it's going to go down to about the 34-yard line.
34-yard line, that's where...
Actually worked out pretty well. The way that took this weird bounce in the AstroTurf, it looked like it was only going to be to about the 45, and then it went another 10 yards off the bounce. So that's where Johnson will set up shop here with 7:26 to go. So we'll see if Metuchen's brought in the backup quarterback. Is Johnson gonna bring in a backup as the clock continues to run here in the fourth quarter. Now 7 minutes, 5 seconds as this game nears its end. As onto the field, here comes Johnson. And they've got a bunch of their backups in as well now. We'll do the best with names here as who's in. They got a new receiver in. Iakuchevich is out. Carmino's out. And Joseph Greenbush is done for the day as well. This one's going to be a handoff up the middle for a gain of about 4.
Griffin Jones on the carry.
That was Griffin Jones, the sophomore running back. Also plays linebacker as he gains 4, makes it 2nd down and 6 at the 38-yard line with about 6 minutes to go.
Penalty marker, personal foul, defense.
And now there's another penalty on Metuchen. This is going to be a defensive personal foul, which is going to push the Bulldogs back even further. So now the ball is all the way to the 47 of Metuchen. As the clock continues to run, we're now at 6:12 to go here in the fourth quarter. Four receivers in on this play. 5 receivers make it as Jones transitions out. One man comes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to the left side. Big run for a first down to about the 37-yard line.
22 on the carry. He gets the ball inside 30. To about the 36-yard line, actually, of Metuchen. First down.
So it'll be a first down here as the clock continues to run. 5 minutes, 25 seconds to go here in the home opener for Metuchen. They got another home game next week. Metuchen's actually in a stretch where they have 4 home games over the next 6 weeks, so a lot of opportunities for the Bulldog faithful to come out and see MHS play on the gridiron. Matt Snedeker, the junior receiver, all the way out to the right side. Now moving towards the backfield, that's Griffin Jones. Quarterback's going to keep it himself, but he's going to be brought down for a sack.
Christian Shaw.
That's Christian Shaw, the freshman, who makes the sack, and it's going to be a loss of 4 yards.
Jason Hernandez with the carry.
That was Jason Hernandez, who's currently the quarterback. In right now as Joseph Greenbush seems to be done for the day. As actually, all the way on the far side, you got Greenbush and Carmino, 2 of the big factors today, sitting on the bench. Iakuchevich over there as well. Sebastian Iakuchevich didn't score a touchdown this game, but definitely was a factor for this Johnson team, as we're down to just 4:15 to go. 2nd and long. Hernandez all by himself in the backfield. Now coming back is Griffin Jones. Hand off to Jones. Jones makes a couple guys miss.
Jones on the carry.
And the big guy gets down on the 38-yard line. Great run there by Jones.
3rd down and 12.
And you know, when you look at Jones's build, he really has that build of like an old school running back. Like he can really ground and pound for yards. As it's 3rd down now for Johnson. 3rd down and about 12 from 38-yard line. Now just 3.5 minutes to go here in Metuchen. Snedeker comes out. Vincent Papa moves out to the right side. 3 minutes now to go. Hernandez calls for Jones to move back to the backfield. 3rd straight set they've had that. Hernandez is going to hand it off yet again to Jones. Jones splits up the middle, gets away, and pounds down to about the 24-yard line, and that'll move the chains. And that'll just about do things here, as now a first down for Johnson, and it's 27-7 they lead.
first down for the Crusaders.
So it was a Crusaders first down right there, and they've got the ball at the 24-yard line with 2.5 minutes to go. Metuchen hoping for one more stop today and to keep it from being 5 straight scoring drives for Johnson. Hernandez, it's going to be a direct snap to the runner, and he is going to get knocked down around the 10-yard line, I guess. That was Flanagan on the carry there.
Tackle by Andrew Wilkins, number 18.
Wilkins there with the tackle. And it's going to be a first down with the ball at about the 11-yard line with only 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. Moving back to the backfield once again is Jones. It's going to be a run to the left by Hernandez, trying to get around the corner, but he's going to get leveled. Big tackle there by Metuchen.
Number 14, Gavin Jang.
Gavin Jang, the junior, there to make the tackle as the clock continues to run. Not really much of a gain. And at this time, it's time for your Metuchen Savings Bank player of the game. And the player that you have to go with today is Nick Carmino. 2 touchdown catches, the one that made it a 7-6 game, and then the one that gave them the lead. Your honorable mentions, though, obviously have to be Joseph Greenbush, the quarterback, and then the running back, Sebastian Iakuchevich, who had a lot of big runs, never a part of a score in this game, but able to get a lot of first downs, and very impressive. 40 seconds. Ball at the 10-yard line. Second down and 8. Jones in the backfield. Hernandez hands it off. Jones gets leveled again. How about some tenacious defense here at the end from Metuchen?
Leveled in the backfield by Foyce.
This time it was Dan Fuse who gets there for the tackle. 20 seconds, and that's probably going to be about it. Taking the march off the field is Johnson, and Arthur L. Johnson High School of Clark, New Jersey, and of the Mid-State 38 Valley Division will take the victory 27-7 to move to 1-2.
Johnson High School 27, the Metuchen Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs had a good fight, led at halftime, but were eventually overpowered by the third quarter. Explosion offensively, running and passing from Johnson as Metuchen falls to 0-2. A lot of injuries also hurt Metuchen in this game, as they'll fall to 0-2 as the division schedule starts up next week. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of the broadcast. We're sorry from the early technical difficulties, but from the second quarter on, we got everything worked out. I'm Eddie Kalegi. We'll see you next time here on the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS.